Hello, I'm the Infinity Theorist, Quake spin-off enthusiast, and spoilers for What If, episodes 1 through 8. What If episode 8, a very interesting episode, as it is the episode that combines, kind of like, it's the start of the finale, it's the start of the crossover, and I really did like it. It's one of my favorite episodes. It is not my favorite, but it's one of my 3 favorites, and it's probably my second favorite, actually, and I really loved it, and, yeah, that's, here's my review and analysis of What If, episode 8. Alright, as always, let us start with, my notes and stuff, and, like, let's, kind of like a recap. You know the drill. Okay, so obviously, this episode starts with, Ultron winning. It's a very interesting concept that we did not get to see in Age of Ultron, and I'm glad we saw it in What If. So, even the Watcher says the story breaks his heart, which is kind of funny. Well, not funny, but it's interesting. Okay, so Clint and Nat are the only humans left on Earth. At one point, Hawkeye turns invisible. Kind of funny. Kind of interesting. Why do I keep saying kind of funny? I don't know. Kind of interesting. And yeah. And also, Clint has the Endgame haircut, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, and then they need a hand pun. Puns are not Nat's style, blah, blah, blah. They go to Russia. Tony Stark created Ultron, and Ultron needed Vision's body. And Ultron won in this universe instead of, the Avengers stealing it to make a Vision. And then, yeah, through the infinite power of the Mind Stone, he won. And then, apparently the next step in human evolution is just to kill everybody. And yeah, also, Ultron directly killed Tony Stark. So what is Marvel, like 5 for 5 now for Tony Stark deaths? And yeah, and then Hawkeye talks about how Laura's dead. Well, he just says Laura, the name Laura, but his wife, obviously. And then Ultron kills Thanos. I don't know if that's how that should work, because Thanos had 5 Infinity Stones, Ultron had 1. That's not really how that works. Also, this isn't really when, at this point in time, Ultron didn't have, Thanos didn't have all the Infinity Stones. He doesn't really get any of them until, 2018, 3 years later. And yeah, I don't know. Also, Ultron creates his own new suit, and then he sees the entire universe. He sees everything. He knows about, he knows about the entire universe. And he creates an army out of thin air. That's fun. Peace in our time exists, and he just destroys the universe and kills everybody. But while he's destroying the universe, we see the Guardians of the Galaxy, we see Sakaar, we see Xandar, we see Ego, yeah, and then we also see Captain Marvel trying to fight him, and talking about how this is the killer movie, she's seen the killer robot movie and doesn't want a sequel, whatever, and yeah, and then Ultron essentially blows up the universe, but not in the Doctor Strange way, in the way that he just blows up every planet individually, in the Star Wars, like, the Last Jedi way, when the First Order just destroys planets. It's like that, but it's Ultron doing it. And yeah, so yeah, now he's a program without a purpose. He's alone in the universe, and then he realized he's aware of the Watcher, and that's interesting. He's ascended consciousness, and he's aware of the multiverse now. And this surprises the Watcher, the guy who's supposed to know everything that ever has happened and ever could happen. And yeah, that's okay. But yeah. So then the Watcher's last hope is, of course, Clint and Nat in the KGB archives. And talk about Raiders. Clint references Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then they look through the boxes. At one point, Nat finds a Red Guardian shield. Nice callback to Black Widow, the movie. And yeah, and also Clint's will to live meter is down, probably because he just lost his entire family. And then the answer is right there, but Clint immediately gives up. The answer is Arnim Zola. We'll get to that in a little bit. Oh, but by the way, did anyone see that? Did anyone see the the file in there? It looked like it said Charles Xavier. Obviously, I cannot read Russian or Cyrillic. Is it Cyrillic? Yeah, the alphabet is Cyrillic, the language is Russian. But, yeah, I cannot read Cyrillic, I cannot read Russian, so I don't know exactly what it says, but it looked like it said Charles Xavier. I saw a CX, kind of, like, in the Latin alphabet CX, and I can read the Latin alphabet because that's what English is written in, and I of course have grown up. I grew up with English, that's my native language. But yeah, so it looks like it's a Charles Xavier, obviously Professor X. That would be a really cool thing. I do want to see the mutants in the MCU soon. Let's see. The Watcher mentions how humans have hope when the odds are against them or whatever, and then Clint makes another reference by saying the Death Star plans are not in the main computer, a reference to Star Wars and how the Death Star plans are whatever in New Hope. And then Clint's tired, and then eventually they find the answer. Arnim Zola. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Right now, I want to talk about Ultron in the place where the Watcher lies. Also, I saw a theory that place is the mirror dimension. I do not think so. I think this is the MCU's version of the Nexus of all realities, which is, of course, just like, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a place where all realities come and, like, just collide. Which means we could be getting Man-Thing, because he's pretty important to, like, keeping the multiverse safe. He's like a giant. He's just like a giant plant guy, which is interesting. But yeah, we could be getting him soon. I'm not sure, but I think where the Watcher lies is the Nexus of all realities, and that's, I think, the fandom wiki agrees with me. I do not think it's the mirror dimension, though it could be. There is a possibility that it is the mirror dimension. Yeah. There's Chaos, and his purpose, and Ultron's purpose is to, I guess, conquer everything. I don't know. He's not. I feel like he seems like Kang the Conqueror now, even though Kang the Conqueror is a different character who will be coming soon. I'm excited for Kang, actually. Jonathan Majors as he who remains in Loki was great, and I am super excited to see Kang the Conqueror. Anyway, so we finally get to... Okay, I'm going to finally talk about Zola. Zola exists. He comes out, and it's a different version of Zola, so we could be seeing him in the MCU. Zola, of course, is the Hydra scientist who S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of just, like, took in as their own. That's probably not a good idea. But yeah, and he's now his consciousness has now been uploaded into a couple computers. At one point, it was he was there in Winter Soldier, in Captain America: Winter Soldier, the movie, not the TV show. The TV show is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America and the Winter Soldier, as the last episode is called. It gets confusing, but in the movie, in the Captain America: The Winter Soldier movie, yeah. In the Captain America: The Winter Soldier movie, Zola comes out as the other computer in, I think, Camp Lehigh, and this is a different one. And so yeah, this could set up his return for the MCU, right? For the main MCU timeline, because his other consciousness still exists somewhere in the MCU, and that's exciting because we could see Zola appear in, I don't know, Captain America 4. We could see it, Captain America 4. We could see, I think Captain America 4 is in development. We could see Zola anywhere in the MCU, and that's exciting. If they decide to do a Black Widow 2, like about Yelena, that would be cool. Anyway, then they talk about how, and then Zola knows Clint's middle name is Francis. Clinton Francis Barton is his full name, and Nat makes fun of that. And yeah, and also Zola says that Ultron's not the first genocidal megalomaniac he's dealt with, and obviously this is referring to Johann Schmidt and that 1930s German guy in real life that you know who he is, and I am not sure if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say his name on YouTube, so I'm just gonna avoid it. But you know who I'm talking about. So yeah. Anyway, they try to hack into or I guess not really hack in. I don't know. They try to give Ultron a virus, but turns out he's out of range. Because he's not in the observable universe. He's not in the observable universe, and that's a problem. Anyway, so yeah, anything's possible is what they say. And then we go back to the Watcher and Ultron, and they're fighting. And so a few things. There's a plant world. I'm not sure what that is. Uatu's costume changes at one point, and that's interesting. There's Mustafar. They go to a place that looks like Mustafar from Revenge of the Sith, and I don't know. Also, there's a Galactus reference when Ultron is about to eat like an entire galaxy. That's a reference to Galactus, who could be coming soon. In one universe, Steve Rogers is becoming president, and in that universe, reality changes with every punch. And yeah, and actually, Ultron almost killed Uatu, and that is incredible. Like this robot from Earth almost killed the Watcher, and he can also see everything. And yeah, at the end of the episode, the Watcher goes to Strange Supreme, or I'm sorry, of course his name is on this channel we refer to him as Misguided Pizza. So yeah, he goes to Misguided Pizza and is ready to break his oath, and he needs Misguided Pizza's help. And that's where the episode ends. And let's get into the review part now. I really did enjoy this episode. It's, again, my second favorite episode, probably. The first, of course, being Misguided Pizza's own episode. The Doctor Strange episode, what if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands. That's my favorite episode because it was great. I did very much enjoy this part of the finale. I actually enjoyed both parts of the finale. But yeah, this was a really good episode, and I really liked it. And I'm gonna go ahead and give the title, which is I completely forgot about the title review. The title review. So the title is "What If Ultron Won?" It's simple, straight to the point. It's scary enough, and I love it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give the title a 96 out of 100. And then the episode, I'm also gonna get a 96 out of 100. I know I've never done it to where they're both right next to each other, but I just explained why I like the episode. So. Yeah, I did like the episode. It was great, and yeah, and so now you can watch another video. It's on the top left, top right, and bottom corner of the screen. But before you do that, click the bottom right corner of the screen to subscribe so you can see more videos like this. And just yeah, I'm catching up on videos. Don't worry, eventually I'll get everything done. All right, that's everything I have for you today. Goodbye.